Do you guys see that? The sun is a little red this morning, and I don't know what that means, but today we're going to talk about Acura. And I made a video last week on what Lexus needs to do to become the best-selling luxury automaker again. This is going to be a somewhat similar video, as Acura is in a funny spot. They're really ramping up. They're gaining a lot of excitement. New products are coming out. So I'm going to talk about kind of where they're at right now, where they're going, and what I would like to see for them to become the best brand they possibly can be. So Acura is now 34 years old, guys. That's older than me, if you didn't know. They've come a long ways. They've definitely had their ups and downs, but I feel like this is one of the highest places they've been in my recent memory. The new RDX that came out a few years ago, I guess that was for the 2019 model year, really put Lexus on notice, a lot of the other luxury automakers on notice. We have a new MDX being announced this fall. Ooh, look at these pretty marigolds. Look how pretty those are. And you know what? This baby's name is Marigold. So funny how that works, right? Funny how that all comes together. New MDX, like I said, is coming out, or at least being announced this fall. The new TLX is now in production, and the Type S coming out in the spring. They are now really doubling down as a performance brand. They're not going to try to pretend to be a luxury, like a high-end luxury brand like Lexus or Mercedes or anything like that. They're doubling down on performance, and that's why we saw the revision, or I should say the resurfacing, the rebirth of the Type S lineup. And with that being said, with them doubling, tripling down, focusing on not so many models. They don't have nearly as many models, right? Because they canceled the RLX. So they're really trying to focus on their bread and butter, the best-selling models, and focus on performance. And if they are going to be offering a Type S, and if they want to be acknowledged as a true performance brand, they also need to have a Type R. And we've seen Type Rs in the past. The Integra Type R, stands out to me, but the Type R is, that next step past Type S. And so we have that Type S engine coming next spring, and that's the 3-liter turbo with about 355 horsepower. And some of you guys have been saying, oh, that's not enough performance. I'm gonna look elsewhere. Don't make the decision before you've even driven the car. Not everything is horsepower, but I think it's gonna be a very great engine for them to start with. Now, Type R, the NSX has been rumored to get a Type R fairly soon, and we would love to see a Type R permeate the lineup to take on the likes of, maybe not quite a full-blown AMG, but, knocking on the doors. And I think that would be pretty exciting for a Japanese, focused company, or Japanese origin company, automaker to offer that, because we sure as hell know Lexus is not offering that with the F lineup. And speaking of their lineup, they need to replace the ILX. That car is, I've said it so many times on my channel, that car is a joke, and the ILX is really like a rebadged Honda Civic. It's not a good car to be labeled within a premium brand, whether it's a luxury brand or a performance brand, because it's neither. So the ILX needs to be replaced. Now, it would be cool if they came out with the Integra. Yeah, they're not going to come out with that naming again, because everything now is letters for them. RLX is gone, but sorry, TLX, in the NSX, you guys get the RDX, you guys get the idea. So, morning. They need to replace that ILX. And what would they replace it for? Because sedans don't do well right now. So I think it would be foolish for them to replace it with a small sedan. I think since crossovers are the craze, they come out with a subcompact crossover similar to the Lexus UX, and shoot, give us a Type S, maybe a Type R eventually, give us a manual transmission, because right now there are no manual transmissions. So if we could have like a little hot hatch, or a little hot wagon, tiny, like a Audi S3 sort of wagon. I don't know how well that would do here in the States, but man, to have some sort of small, compact crossover or hatchback or wagon would be incredible, because they need to have a replacement for the ILX. Hey, good morning. How you ladies doing? Good. Thank you. Just doing a little video for my YouTube channel. Have a good day. What is it? I talk about cars. So I'm just talking about cars right now and keeping the baby occupied. Okay, next, what they need to do, I don't know how they're gonna do it because they seem so far removed from it at this point in time, is electrification in any sense of the word. Now, the RLX had a sport hybrid, which was pretty cool. And then the MDX, I think, still has a hybrid, but I don't think I've ever seen one in person. They're pretty rare, and I just don't think they make a whole lot of them. So hybridization, well, of course the NSX, but the NSX doesn't count. Yeah, maybe if they come out with, like I said, that R division, Type R, maybe those are all electrified versions added to the 3-liter turbo engine. Sorry, I'm getting a little winded, so my sentences are a little broken up. So maybe I'll just stop here and sit down. Yeah, but electrification, they could definitely incorporate that into the Type R. Maybe that's able to give them an additional 50 horsepower or more for each, Type S model. But electrification can't stop there. They also need to have a fully electric model. And I think it would be cool if they brought back the ZDX. That's a pretty rare Acura model that was only available for a few years in the 2000s. And I still think they look really cool. Speaking, do you see that TL back there? That's my favorite body style TL, by the way. Oh, we'll just take a look at it as we walk by because I think those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. I really like the Type S variants of those TLs too when they came out. But yeah, fully electric car, maybe a small crossover. That would make the most sense. ZDX, that's just what I would like to see. We know GM's going to be making electric vehicles for Honda, #Gondam, and we don't know if that's going to be an Acura or not. I would assume that Acura would be in their lineup for electric vehicles for GM to make them, and I would trust GM with electric vehicles. I think Honda did a good thing. I know you guys probably don't agree with me, but I think Honda is using GM for their electrification here in North America more than anything else. So I think it will be interesting to see an electrified vehicle made by GM with an Acura badge on it. It's a possibility, but I think it'd be pretty cool. And then lastly, guys, if we could have the return of the S2000 as an Acura, that would be amazing. If Acura is claiming to be this sport, like high-class sports performance brand, they need to have a high-class and exciting sports car. Yeah, like Type S, TLX is cool, NSX is cool, but that's a supercar. The average person will never be able to buy an NSX, let alone, who knows, if most people don't even ever will see one. So if they can come out with a coupe or roadster to compete with the MX-5, because we know Mazda is going to be knocking at the doors of Acura in the next few years, because that's Mazda's goal, is to become kind of like that premium sporty brand that's pseudo luxury, not fake luxury, but like, I don't know, like one half tier below luxury, and they're getting pretty close. I have a Mazda 6 in the driveway that I'm reviewing this week, and it's pretty nice. It does have its faults, but it's pretty darn nice for the money. So if they could have an MX-5 competitor, bring back the S2000, badge it as an Acura, in other places in the world they can still keep it as a Honda, but China, I think like Kuwait still has Acura, and then North America has Acura as well. So we would just bring that S2000, remake, the revival of the S2000. I think the best name for it, if they bring it back, would be the RSX, but that's just wishful thinking. But give us a 6-speed manual, give us a return of the S2000 in kind of a spiritual way, put an Acura badge on it, and then Acura has got an incredible lineup. From the new MDX coming out, the TLX sedan. You really only need one sedan in today's market. You have a coupe, performance coupe, you have a fully electric ZDX, and then you have your Type S lineup, you have your Type R lineup, which let's say it's performance hybrids. So there's a lot of things I talked about today, and I think a lot of them have a good chance of making sense to you guys. Hopefully Acura is working on some of those things I talked about, because as an enthusiast, as a lover of all Japanese cars for the most part, you guys know, I would just love to be able to see Acura return to its glory. Like it's early 90s, mid 90s, early 2000s too. They're pretty good then as well. So I think the things I talked about today would definitely make a splash and definitely fill their lineup and complete, I guess, their current mission as a performance oriented premium brand. But like always guys, I'll see you in the comments. If you like the video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe for more Japanese and Korean auto videos, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves and peace out.